Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, can you believe I actually got a Line 6 amp in the house and I bought it? Wow, I must be sick. Something wrong. Oh yeah, I am good. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so this is a Line 6 Spider 4 30 watt, 12-inch Celestion custom speaker in it. Right from the factory. They put a Celestion in a Line 6? No! You should put that in a Boss Katana. But anyways, it's a great speaker. I gotta tell you. I'm really impressed with the amp, which is why I bought it. That and it was only $100. I probably would have walked away if it was more than $100, right? Because it is Line 6. They've never really impressed me much as a company. Up until the G70 wireless system, that really impressed me. But the Sennheiser set I'm using now impresses me even more, so I'm going to definitely buy the Sennheiser. However, I wanted a practice amp in here for students because now that we've got virtually no restrictions anymore, I can go back to teaching people in the studio here. And I wanted one for students because right now they plug into my Marshall and it's like, that's my baby. You're not playing on this. So I'm thinking, okay, we need an amp for this. So I went looking for basically something I don't care about. And I found this for $100 at Long McQuaid. Therefore, I do live in Canada, in case you haven't figured that out by now. So for $100 Canadian, great deal. I even looked online, and even Reverb has one for $100, but you're going to have to pay $250 shipping. So, yeah. Private deals, I haven't looked yet, but I tell you right now, if you go on Marketplace and you see one of these things up there in cherry condition like this one is, like this is immaculate. It's like showroom condition, okay? Don't pay more than $100 because that's the going rate. That's what they're selling for, right? Anyways, now this thing is a modeling amp, obviously. It does have modeling effects in it. It's got our clean. It's got two actually levels on each control. So you've got red and green basically. So you got clean, twang, blues, crunch, metal, and insane. Now on the clean channel, of course, when you're on the clean, that's when you'd want to slam in something like a pedal board or your individual pedals, whatever, processing board type of thing, if you don't like what's built into this, right? But if you're okay with what's in here, there is quite a bit in the package. Now, there are 4 factory presets that they've decided, this is what we're going to do for you. And if you want to change them, you actually can. Especially if you find one that you kind of like, but you just, you want a little bit more crunch and less distortion or vice versa, or, whatever type of thing. You can alter that and resave the presets, and you got 4 of them, A, B, C, and D. Bass, mid, and treble, very responsive on this amp. Has a drive knob, which is going to be like your gain. You've got your channel volume, and of course you have a master volume. You have reverb, and it does have 2 effects areas in it, where you can use one of each one for 2 effects at the same time on top of whatever you're on, right? You also have the tap tempo thing, which is going to control your delay timings and whatnot. Also, you have hold the tap button for the tuner. Now, the tuner lights up the B and C buttons, but it's kind of like, but we don't know if we're on E, A, D, G, B, or E, other than our guitar, but we don't see an indication there at all. So you pretty much can ignore the tuner. It's a piece of junk, okay? Unless it's going to tell you that your E and your sharp or flat on it. Now it does go for sharp and flat, which is interesting, but you already have to have had your guitar in tune in order to tweak when strings fall out in one direction or another, because that's definitely going to happen to you, right? So anyway, tuner, garbage, okay? We're going to go through some of the sounds here and give you the basic rundown. I'm using my 2018 Gibson Les Paul. Thankfully, I finally got it back from repair, and the new board that's in it is working fantastic. So when you turn the power switch on, basically, you're on channel A, clean channel, and it also has a chorus flanger in it with a bit of delay turned on. So no matter where the knobs are, hey, and my knobs are off right now. Even my reverb, I'm not sure if the reverb is actually being bypassed or not, even though I have it on a bit. I don't know if that gets included with what's there or not. It's kind of a hard thing to tell. But nonetheless, I like reverb at around 9 o'clock. So let's give it a play for you. And I'm just going to stay on the bridge pickup. if we turn the knob a little bit, it'll go green. Now green, that gives us chorus and flanger and tape echo this time. So twang. That's the kind of twang I'm used to, but it has a bit of delay, a bit of tremolo in there. So we'll go green twang. Blues. Learn how to do presets at line 6. Green blues. Crunch. So the blues sounds more like crunch and the crunch sounds more like blues. Green crunch. Metal. Green metal. Insane. Green insane. Alright, so let's turn it off, turn it back on. B. Not bad. C, crunchy. D. Okay, so let's override some stuff here. Straight out clean. Now if we go back to a preset, little different voicing, right? So override. Alright, so I like to clean that's completely bypassed on green with a little bit of reverb. It works great, so quite happy with that. Anyways, switch that back. A little bit more. That's better. Alright, so there is a pedal thing for this. Goes in here where it looks like an Ethernet port. You do have a headphone record out, so it will kill the internal speaker, of course, when you're using that for headphones, or record out to your system. And that's the only way you're going to be able to record out directly into your computer via a mixing board or USB interface of some sort. But overall, I think that they did a really wonderful job on the main amp in itself. The tuner is absolutely barf. Some of the effects are kind of very questionable on what they should realistically sound like, which, I mean, common. I've seen this in all Line 6 amps. They really don't do a very good job of setting up their own sounds to what they should actually sound like. Now, the Insane channel is actually not bad. The Metal channel is not bad. Blues channel, forget it. Definitely needs some extra tweaking there, and save your own preset for that to make it more of a bluesy tone, right? Because blues is supposed to be blues, right? Clean is nice. So, but otherwise, I mean, the Celestion speaker is a real good bonus kicker, because that is a really nice speaker. So, no complaints there. Simple on and off, right? That's it. There's none of this, loop through stuff, for in and outs, for send and receive loops, for that sort of thing. So there's no bus line. You get what you get, I mean, the amp, I think, was about $350, $400 new at one point. They're totally discontinued. And the only way you're going to get one now is if a music store has one that's used, or it's brand new old stock that never went anywhere. But, and you get them on like Marketplace and probably eBay. But in absolute cherry condition, like this thing is clean, clean, clean. no tears, no scratches anywhere. The thing is in perfect showroom condition. I only paid $100 at Long McQuaid, and because they are a Line 6 dealer, 90 days from now I'll get an email saying, hey, would you like to renew your warranty for an extra year? And I can repeat that warranty renewal every year for 99 years, which I don't think I'm going to live another 99 years. I'm already like half a century already pretty well. But the point is, I can do it, right? And then the thing is covered, so no matter what happens to it, it's covered. If it ever gets to the point where it's too costly to fix, which it probably would be on the first breakdown anyways, it's a $100 amp, come on, they'll just replace it with the next best thing from Line 6 or whatever. Long McQuaid really does take care of their customers extremely well. If you want the best company in Canada to deal with when it comes to your music, you go to Long McQuaid. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I've been dealing there for many years, and I've known about the company since the early 80s. They've been around forever, and they've got like pretty much 100 stores now. And they're about to open up a new one in Gravenhurst, Ontario really soon too. And one of the managers from our store is going to be going to look after that one. But anyway, great amp. Overall, I would say, well, the manual does suck. I mean, it is the worst manual I've ever seen. And that came right from Line 6's website, specific to this amp. And their manual is horrible. If you look up Line 6 Spider 4 30-watt manual, go to the Line 6 link for the website, you'll understand what I mean by a really garbage manual. It is horrifying how bad the manual is. But that's what you get, I guess, right? Get what you pay for. I think for my students, this is definitely perfect, I found for me there's some usable sounds in this for sure. I could actually put some of this stuff on some recordings for YouTube music videos for you guys. No two amps are the same, right? They all have different things, and I think there's enough of differences for some stuff I could use this for that it would work fantastic. It just means I will likely just mic up the amp myself in that case. But for the wattage, that 12-inch custom Celestion speaker, I mean, the speaker to me is worth the $100 right there. Because it's like I told the guys, if the thing ever blows up, I can use this thing as a cab. The speaker is perfect. But I'm thinking I might actually pull a speaker out of this, throw it in my trainer cab, and throw my trainer speaker in this. Maybe it'll make the Line 6 sound better. Maybe it'll be worse. I really could care less. This is just for the students to use anyways. This way, I can just keep my own stuff for me kind of thing, right? So, but anyway, that's what I got for you on this one. Value though, for $100, you will not go wrong. As long as the thing is in perfect shape, it's worth $100. It was full of rips, tears, damage, whatever. I mean, but it still works good. Definitely way less than $100, like maybe 40 or $50. But $100 all day long, definitely worth it. Now, what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, star rating. Well, considering everything, I'm putting this at about, I would say a good 3.5 out of 5 is where I'm sitting with this. Now, I would still recommend it as, a beginner grade level amp, especially if everything works perfect and it's in great shape. It's definitely a great amp for beginners, but I wouldn't want to play this thing professionally. Even though 30 watts, this thing can get really screaming loud. I didn't even have it anywhere near half in the store. And it was just vibrating everything on the shells, and the snare drums were going off like crazy. I mean, it was just mental. And that's barely even turned up. So I'd hate to see how loud this 30 watts can really get on this thing. But with a 12-inch speaker in there. Now, it is also a semi-open back as well. It's not a full close, and it's not full open. It's about 3/4 closed, basically. Which works out great too. Right, gives you a little bit of extra sound, and you can alter your tone a bit by leaning the amp into a wall, so that's a bonus there. I think, and the Ethernet thing for running a pedal thing, that's stupidity. That's so rookie, beginner grade for that. I mean, that's just horrible. And no, I don't have the pedal for it, and I'd have to find one used somewhere if I wanted it, but I don't care. Yeah, it does have beautiful clean tone though. When you're on the clean channel, it is just fantastic. Like I said, a few of the things in here are pretty good. And it does have a very responsive EQ. But regardless of all that, like I said, the tuner in it absolutely sucks. Now it does have a noise gate in it as well, which is also adjustable. The manual does tell you how to do some things at least. So that's kind of nice. So just download the manual for free and check it out. And see what you think. But yeah, I think that's a fair star rating. It's definitely a great price. You can't go wrong for 30-watt amp. And this, I will tell you right now, will definitely keep up with an acoustic drummer. I've done it with 7.5 watts. I think that's what it was. My PV Edition 20 from like early 80s. Me and our lead guitarist both had the same amps. And we just cranked them full blast and we blew past the drummer without even thinking about it. So, you know, you got to look at wattage. It's a whole thing for another video. We'll discuss wattage and dB stuff in another video. But 30 watts of mayhem out of this with that 12-inch speaker, it's going to get loud. But at least you can quiet things down quite a bit to still play in the house, still play in your apartment, not piss off your neighbors. Fantastic, and still get some really good tone even at lower volumes. It does seem to hold its tonal characters pretty decently. You know, it's no Boss Katana, that's for sure. But anyways, that's it. That's all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. When I can get a day when nobody is home upstairs, I will put this thing back on video and we will crank it up at least halfway for sure and see what this thing can really pull off. At least at that level. I'm kind of curious, to be honest, myself. So we will have that video coming when we can do it. So in the meantime, thanks again, and catch you on the next one.